shutting down an entitled woke influencer to humbling a cringy TikTok group. These are times Tony silenced arrogant influencers, and trust me, some of these are brutal. Let's kick things off with someone who became one of TikTok's most polarizing figures practically overnight, Lily Tino, a trans influencer who turned basic customer service interactions into full-blown confrontations for content.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I apologize.
I was wondering if there's a manager I could talk to about something that happened.
Yeah, I was called sir.
Most people agreed that putting minimum wage workers on blast for TikTok views wasn't exactly the move. The internet was already side-eyeing this behavior pretty hard. But then, in June 2025, things escalated dramatically when Lily was accused of filming women and underage girls in a Disney World bathroom without their consent. Yeah, that happened. The backlash was immediate and absolutely massive. And naturally, Tony wasn't about to let this slide.
Reminder that the parts you see on an ultrasound don't determine a baby's gender.
Man, shut the f*** up. Anyways, this is our ultra-thin lockbooks. The design is very human.
Tony didn't just roast her once either.
Trans women are more afraid of you in the bathroom than you are of us.
Sir, get out of here. Anyways, had enough for sign companies capable is to check their machinery.
By early August, the heat got so intense that Lily announced she was stepping away from social media. She hasn't posted since. Turns out the court of public opinion doesn't mess around, and neither does Tony. Next up, we've got Kevin Leonardo. Now, Kevin built his platform on educational content. Specifically, tutorials on grooming, health, that sort of thing. There's a very fine line between educational and whatever Kevin crossed into.
And just put this in your butt for like 30 minutes. It'll loosen you up and kind of help you avoid pain during the actual penetration.
But Kevin really went off the deep end on June 26th, 2023, when he posted a video visually demonstrating how to remove body hair. The video blew up, 25 million views in 2 weeks. But not because people loved it, because people were horrified. I am only a few minutes in, and this is way more disgusting than I could have anticipated. My biggest mistake was watching that. My eyes have been red for the past 2 hours. Even Tony, a man who's seen some stuff, couldn't let this one go.
Just dissolved using Waxy's hair dissolving cream, and literally this wipe right here smells so bad, and it's like literally right next to my face. It smells so bad, and it's not because of my hairs. Like, I'm not a smelly person, even like my booty.
Anyways, here's how to tell if your LED sign is cheap.
YouTube eventually took the video down, and Kevin's still around, just with way less visual demonstrations. Lesson learned, I guess. But while Kevin was out here traumatizing people with overly detailed tutorials, boy band No Lonely Hearts was busy becoming the poster children for secondhand embarrassment. In 2022, these guys went viral on TikTok, and not in a good way. Their whole vibe was aggressively corny. The internet immediately started roasting them, and it wasn't long before Tony spotted an opportunity for what would become one of his most iconic roasts.
What's up, California? My name is Alex.
What's up, Maiden?
I'm Oliver.
I'm Brian. And I'm Dylan. And together we are
Gay as. You guys are gay as. Anyways, we've been making signage for more than 14.
The comments section lost its mind. Give this man a masterclass on marketing. If ads were formatted like this, I actually might not skip. No Lonely Hearts eventually disbanded, which honestly might have been for the best. Now we're getting into heavier territory, because while the last few entries were roasted for being cringy or annoying, James Charles earned his spot on this list for something way more serious. Back in 2021, beauty influencer James Charles, who'd already built a massive empire off makeup tutorials and collaborations, found himself in hot water when a former fan came forward with disturbing allegations.
So I told him my age. I told him I'm 16. Meanwhile, he's 21. He's a grown man. And then he proceeds to say, oh, but I didn't even get to see meaning my body.
And then, because the internet never forgets, people dug up a clip of James basically admitting he wasn't attracted to people his own age.
Physically attracted to older guys, which sucks.
The backlash was swift and brutal. James went from one of YouTube's golden boys to one of its most controversial figures practically overnight. And Tony, he wasn't about to give him a pass.
And you know what? What was that?
Anyways, this is a very human design.
Even in the comments, people couldn't resist. James is still around, still posting, but his reputation never quite recovered. And honestly, probably for the best. Alright, so this next one's a little different. Because unlike everyone else on this list who earned Tony's roasts through their own questionable behavior, Iofar, real name Rashad Bowen, actively went looking for it. Iofar first popped up in 2024 doing reaction videos similar to Tony's style.
Yo, what the f? You ain't just fall on it. Don't lie like that. I know damn well you ain't just fall on it. You was being grown at a young age. Tighten the f up, yo.
But apparently that wasn't getting him enough attention. So when iShowSpeed did a viral meetup with Tony, Iofar decided to try and start beef by reacting
What's
to
up, homie Speed? I'm Tony. What the fuck? What's up, my...
Hey, yo, Speed, your ass tripping. How the f you going around China meeting all these people, man? Who the is Tony?
Who's Tony? I don't know either. Anyways, how to know if your sign company is trustworthy?
The comment section had a field day. So tragic that there are people who walk through life without knowing who Tony is. The moral of the story? Don't try to troll Tony unless you're really ready for the consequences. Alizé, also known as Gorlock the Destroyer, Alizé went viral in May 2023 for claiming she was a fat 10 on the Whatever podcast.
Ask everyone to rate themselves on a scale of 1 to 10.
A fat f***ing 10.
A fat f***ing 10?
The internet, as you can imagine, had thoughts. She's a 10 on the Richter scale. That chair deserves a 10 for durability. Harsh? Maybe. But things really spiraled when she revealed her dating standards. And that's when Tony stepped in.
6 foot, money, Mexican, well-mannered.
Anyways, here's how to tell.
But he wasn't done. His follow-up was even more brutal. Look, everyone's entitled to their preferences, but when your standards are sky high, the internet's gonna have something to say about it. And Tony? He said it perfectly. Mr. Avatar Ozuri built his following on content featuring his dog, Nikki. Usually it was just funny, chaotic stuff. An angry dog doing angry dog things. Entertaining enough. But in May 2025, he posted something that people were not okay with it, and Tony's reaction spoke for all of us.
Anyways, the No Sure Thing Connect Live.
And apparently this wasn't an isolated incident, because comedian DLE pulled a similar stunt with his dog.
In my road was with my best friend. Get chauffeur around the city, but my chauffeur.
Anyways, these are the signs we made for
We live in a fallen world. Tony is a beacon of light. Honestly, sometimes you don't need a long explanation or a detailed roast. Sometimes all you need is Tony's face and a quick product plug to communicate exactly how everyone feels. And that's exactly what he delivered. Andreas Leal, cringe content king. With over 4 million followers on TikTok, Andreas Leal carved out his niche by think Brent Rivera-style content.
I'm sorry, don't leave me.
The comments on his videos were already brutal. People weren't holding back, so naturally, Tony saw an opportunity.
Anyways, how to know if a sign company is capable is to check their machinery. How to tell if your sign supplier is reliable. Check out their service policy. Some companies are lack of service policy and process.
Multiple roasts, multiple videos, each one landing exactly as intended. The beautiful thing about Tony's approach here is that he didn't need to explain why the content was cringy. Everyone already knew. He just had to show up, interrupt it with his sign business, and let the juxtaposition speak for itself. Andreas is still active on TikTok, still posting the same style of content, but now, every time he does, there's a comment section full of people waiting for Tony to show up again. Alright, so if you thought American TikTok had a monopoly on cringe, let me introduce you to the Elevator Boys, one of Germany's biggest boy bands. These guys went viral in 2022 with a POV elevator video that was a lot. 48 million views, but not because people loved it, because people couldn't believe what they were watching. The stairs looking mighty fine today. My asthma? I'm taking the stairs. The roasts in the comments were relentless, and then Tony entered the chat. The Elevator Boys are still around, still doing their thing. But the internet's consensus is pretty clear. We're all taking the stairs. The roast that perfectly encapsulates everything Tony stands for. Bonnie Blue, an OnlyFans model, made headlines for all the wrong reasons. First, she announced she wanted to sleep with 130 barely legal 18-year-olds at Nottingham Trent University.
I want to sleep with 130 barely legal 18-year-olds. And you can go for as many rounds as you want. You can finish wherever you want.
The internet was already raising eyebrows. But then, in January 2025, she took it even further. And that's when Tony delivered what might be his most perfect roast yet.
I am going to do a world record of 1,000 men in 24 hours.
Anyways, we don't care, but here's a cool sign.
The comments summed it up perfectly. Her dad is not proud of her, but he is proud of you, Tony, because at the end of the day, that's what makes Tony's content so satisfying. He's not trying to moralize or give long lectures. He's just showing up, saying what we're all thinking, and moving on with his day. So there you have it. 10 times Tony from LC Sign completely shut down influencers who were doing way too much. Love him or hate him, you can't deny the man has a gift. He's mastered the art of calling people out while building his business.